Relatable.
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 Don't act relatable.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Look how this side of my
right.
mustache has that nice swoop going on. And then this side's just falling short.
Wow, it's looking very pristine, your mustache.
I had to put a lot of wax in it because I don't do this every day anymore. So it's not trained. So that's another reason why it's just like, hey, man.
Taming the hair.
It's like, hey, man, you don't do this that often anymore. You calm the hell down. I also think I might have found some more clips of people saying relatable.
Did you bring something to the table today?
I mean, I'm not going to show it, but it's more for like... Because
Dylan, you gotta show it.
Well, they say not relatable, so that way you can just ISO the relatable part.
So instead of you and I at the beginning going relatable, 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 relatable,
we'll just get a bunch of other people
like relatable, relatable.
Exactly. And the best part is no one will know that it's them actually saying not relatable.
Yeah.
But it was funny because
that's that free rights stuff or whatever it's called.
I was gonna say we can go ahead and start it and then I can talk about it.
Clip
relatable.
It in. Relatable. You're here.
We're here. Let's do this. But yeah.
Okay.
So as I was saying about the whole relatable thing.
Well, wait, we have to introduce the show, Dylan.
We already did. Relatable. I'm Dylan. That's Angela. Let's get to it.
And this is episode 9.
Sure.
Jeez.
We're getting into it.
I'm so choppy today.
It's your fault.
Now I'm good.
Chop, chop. So yeah, I was watching Bloodbath, which is oh my goodness. It's two comedians and I want to say she was a nurse. I think she still does it too. I'm not sure if she does. But it's Kalila, Annie, and Esther. I don't remember any of their last names, nor could I probably pronounce them. So we'll stop that. Two of them are comedians.
What were you? What is Bloodbath? It's a movie or it's a
it's a podcast. It's a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fairly newish. They're like maybe 5 or 6 episodes in. But one of them wasn't there, so they had Bobby Lee come on. Oh. And I don't remember what in the world they're talking about. I think they're talking about like bedroom stuff. And they were talking about like the frequency and all of that. And it was funny because they're like, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Bedroom stuff, little hanky panky.
Oh.
So they're
frequency thing threw me off.
Yeah, they're talking about how there's some, they're like those some couples where they're like, oh yeah, we're like, every 2 or 3 times a week. And they're like, that's not relatable. That's ridiculous. They're like, we get it maybe like once every couple months, but when we do it, it's spectacular. Yeah, they were just talking about that. And as soon as I heard them say not relatable, I was like, oh my God, we could clip that.
Yeah, you got to start taking notes.
I have notes. They're everywhere.
Okay.
All in my brain, though. I don't write with my hand anymore. I'm a programmer, so it's all keyboard.
All on your keyboard notes?
Yeah.
Well, perfect. Look what spread I brought today.
Is that a Oreo Pop-Tart?
It's an Oreo Pop-Tart,
a donut,
a powdered donut, and
2
really delicious mint Kit Kats.
Oh, so it's just all sugar.
Mint chocolate. Oh yeah, that's how we start off our Sundays. Sunday is the Lord's Day.
Wow, that's a lot of sugar.
Let's see what happens.
It could be worse. You could be drinking a gallon of Kool-Aid. So.
That's what I need.
No, you don't. Did I ever send you that?
What?
The gallon of Kool-Aid?
You never sent me a gallon of Kool-Aid.
Okay, so you clearly don't know. So on Two Bears, I thought you said you watched all the Two Bears stuff.
I'm not caught up right now.
So on one of the episodes, it's one of the older ones now. Bert, it's one of the times where Bert's like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to get healthy. I'm working out. I'm doing all this stuff." And he has like one of these, but it's a gallon-sized one. And he goes to take a swig, and he's just like, "Yeah, and then I got some Kool-Aid." And Tom's just like, "Oh, what? That thing's filled with Kool-Aid?" He's like, "Oh yeah."
No.
And yeah, Tom's just like, "No fucking way. That's not filled with Kool-Aid." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I try to drink like 2 of these a day." So, so Tom grabs it from him, gets a glass, pours it, and as soon as you see red come out, he's just like, it's Kool-Aid. The whole thing is
Oh
Kool-Aid.
my
And
God.
it's just like, that's so much sugar. And
Yeah,
Bert's
like,
just like, yeah, I like Kool-Aid. It tastes better than water.
do you like, have you ever done the thing where you make the Kool-Aid at home? Like, there's so much sugar that
That's
goes into that.
that's what he was doing. But apparently, when they eventually got Leanne on, she clarified, because obviously she's the one that buys the stuff. She's like, it's the sugar-free kind of Kool-Aid, but still, this
Oh,
man
so
was
it's full of
drinking.
the other stuff that's going to give you cancer.
Yeah, but he was still attempting to drink like 2 gallons of Kool-Aid a day. And yeah, they even have shirts. They even made shirts of it. Tom's dressed up as like Willy Wonka, saying that's too much, or that's so much sugar.
I
It's great.
need to see these shirts.
I was very tempted to buy it. Let's go promote their merch.
That's how I feel about the way he feels about Kool-Aid is the way that I feel about liquid IV. It tastes so
have
much
you
better than water.
have you tried it?
I'm obsessed with it.
I'm always tempted
The
to get
lemon
some.
lime.
Well, it's got to be the lemon lime. That was always the best Gatorade flavor.
The other flavors you don't need. It's like, I don't want berry flavored water.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just like eat berries, I guess, which I don't really eat berries that often, unless it's in like, unless I'm baking something.
Do you forage often?
I'm an urban forager, actually. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
You find it?
I'm on the hunt. Let's go.
Oh, something I'm excited to tell you about today.
How are you?
Where my earbud is. It was my ghost hunt last night.
You ghost hunt, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Dying just looking at these. All right,
Oh.
let me share this here for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, get get all your dope merch at ymhstudios.com.
Oh my goodness.
/merch. So this was, that's so much sugar. I'm still super tempted to buy this shirt because it's just hilarious. And also, look at him. He looks so dapper.
Oh,
He looks like a
God.
dandy almost. And then this was Birds. Because he wouldn't stop saying, "You just packed with vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
Red flavor, low calories."
Oh my goodness. And then what is it? What is it saying? What?
Machine.
Oh,
Because that's his story.
Mhm.
So, you're going to get that nonstop.
Oh, Bert.
Oh, Bert.
Oh, Bert.
Yeah, let's hear about your ghost hunt.
So last night, I drove in the dark to Madison Seminary in Madison, Ohio. First
With a
of
girl
all,
named Madison.
There was no one named Madison.
Never mind.
But the town itself is like really old and like spread out and very podunk looky, like very farm town.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But most people
tractors and
in here
shit.
don't like Ohio. Yeah. And
that's right. Go Blue. That's for you, Eric. And Mr. Whitmore.
I gosh, don't even know where to start. This place is crazy. So it started out as like a boys' school, and then it was a place for like women who were like their husbands were like killed in the Civil War, or they were waiting for their husbands to get back, something like that. They were put there, and then eventually people with it turned into like a asylum of some sort, or they had an asylum upstairs. It was like a mishmash of things, kind of. but it is almost 170 years old.
That's old.
Uh-huh.
Well, let me tell you, I might be an expert on that, but that's kind of old.
It's old. And the lady that was giving us the tour was like, yeah, there's like 80 rooms, 9 bathrooms.
How small were those bathrooms?
They were okay sized, actually. They were pretty decent. I was really surprised. But
They were all right.
they were okay.
They knew how to build bathrooms back in the day, let me tell you. Plus
But
all the renovations over all those years.
But we went. It sucked because like right when the tour started, of course there was like, well, there's one guy that had to comment on every single thing when they were like giving the whole spiel. It was with Ghost Hunts USA, and he just had to have like a smart comment for everything, like, oh ho ho ho, like I can't even think of an example, but like literally just making a joke out of everything that they said, and it's like, we get it, you're the class clown, shut up. And the same dude is the dude that like while we were like a docent gives you a tour and then you go on like the ghost tour. He had his equipment out when the docent was just giving us the regular tour, telling us the historical stuff about it. He had his big old camera and all this like equipment. It's like, dude,
what a nerd.
We were given 4 hours of free roam time. You know what I mean? You have
Stay in
4
your lane
hours
until
later.
it's your time.
Put your freaking equipment away, you dum-dum. So annoying.
This guy's probably over here trying to make a ghost podcast. One of those live ones. He's like, I'm here in Madison.
I'm here live.
Madison with Madison, and we're filming ghosts. And if you look here in 1639, so anyway, you just shut up.
Dylan, he was so annoying.
That's unfortunate.
And there was another guy that just kept talking and asking questions. It was just too much. Anyway, I get it. We all paid for the experience. Anywho, so the first thing that happened, no,
history.
So the history is important, and like, okay, so here's the first experience that happened though.
First experience 1.
Floor 2. There was a lady named Mary who killed herself. Her husband, they found out later, may not have been the nicest man. We know that his first marriage, his daughter had an infraction. Okay, it's really hard for them to pull up all of like the newspaper articles and stuff, but he beat his daughter for an infraction and she ended up dying from it. So his first wife died of a broken heart. So he killed his daughter. His first wife dies of a broken heart. Then his next wife ends up killing herself. And so while they're telling like this story and they're like, yeah, well, like, so the reason that they brought us like through these doors and doors. And so back in these days, men or husband and wives didn't sleep in the same room. So it was her room, a doorway to his room, and then a doorway to this like double living room area. And so they're like, so what happened that night is she got up, she walked through his room, walked through the living room into the kitchen, got a glass of water, walked back, kissed him on the head, walked into her room, wrapped a gun in a pillow, shot herself in the heart. And her stepdaughter found her the next morning. And so while they're telling the story, I was like, just sitting there thinking to myself, and like, I don't know, I'm a weirdo. I'm like saying to her in my mind, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, that's so awful. Like, I'm sorry you were in that headspace. And as I'm thinking this, and you can chalk this up to maybe just like a nerve pinch, but in general, I don't get nerve pinches like ever. But it felt like my hand was like down by my side, and it felt like someone lightly just went a little squeeze on my hand. Something like your grandma would do to you. Just grab your hand and give it like a light little squeeze. Like if you're at church on Sunday, a little like acknowledgement of like, I see you, thank you, or I know you're here. And so I was like, oh, that was interesting. So I felt like pretty, and it wasn't scary. And I was just like, oh, I was like, well, thank you. Like if that's you, I know you're here. Just mentally, I'm a weirdo. So we go on the rest of the tour. Anyway, let me come back to the tour part. But during free roam time, I came back to that level because I was by myself on this tour. And free roam time is you get to go around the whole property and just experiment. And so I had my Ovilus, which puts out words, thing that Zach Bagans uses. And then I had my EMF meter. Did I have them with me? I may have left them in the car.
You should have had these ready to go.
I know. You know what I also should have had ready to go is the video of this, because you're not going to believe it. I feel like today I'm a little low energy, and I think that's just because I'm kind of tired.
Because you got back this morning at like 4?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 a.m. It's a 2-hour drive. So I had my EMF meter, the K2, and you can see on here it lights up and it goes, oh wow, the green isn't, because of my green screen. The green's not showing up. Look.
No green.
It's blue, but the blue actually looks green. So it lights up to red, right? Mm-hmm. And it starts here. Like if you have it on, so you see that? Mm-hmm. But like if I had my phone next to it, see?
Oh yeah, it starts flickering.
It lights up. So it lights up from like this is actually a tool that like, I don't know, I think like electricians may have used in the past. They probably don't use it now because it's probably obsolete. Now people just use it for ghost hunting. So I had that and I set it on the floor. I had my Ovilus and I had it turned on to dictionary mode. And I'll just show you right now really quick. You can see on dictionary mode, it usually spits out a couple words. Fuzzy geek. Roadway. Waters. 9. Okay, so it's just spit out a bunch. I usually don't use this in my house. But that could be just from the internet, too.
The internet? Are those your recent environment searches?
These are my recent searches. Fuzzy, geek. Don't ask what I'm looking up. Fuzzy geeks. So I go up to the second floor
because Mom's calling. Let me tell her we're on this.
Okay.
Hey, Mom, you're on the podcast with Angela and Dylan. Oh, Mom and Maverick.
Oh.
Oh, yeah?
I can't hear her. You can put her on speaker?
You're trying to teach them that car rides are fun?
Yeah. Say hello to Maverick.
Oh, hey, Maverick. Okay.
Well,
do you want me to call you back later?
We will let you go.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
We'll call you back later. Love you, Ma. From both of us.
All right. Love you. Bye.
All right.
Love you too. Bye.
Trying to teach them that car rides are fun.
That's good. I'm glad she's working on that.
Oh, yeah.
Where was I? This is taking forever. Sorry. Oh my God. I need to get my energy. I need to drink my coffee.
You need more energy as you drink coffee and eat sugar. You are going to crash so hard later.
Okay. So.
Oh, you froze.
I felt the need. No. The ghost is freezing it.
See, no, you're just too high energy. You're moving so fast that
the ghost is freezing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're back. Okay.
Yeah, that sugar's kicking in.
It's a ghost, Dylan.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I felt the need to go back to the second floor, and I turned on my phone and I put on some classical music, like some Beethoven, some Tchaikovsky, some Chopin, that kind of stuff.
My man.
Well, let me tell you, apparently he's the ghost's man too.
That's what's up.
So I put my meter on the ground, which this thing never does anything. It just stays green. It never does anything unless I'm next to something electrical. So I set it on the ground somewhere and I waited and watched and it just stayed green. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not in an area with like, electrical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See, the ghost is like, she likes that I'm talking about her. What the heck? Okay. And I start playing music.
Mm-hmm.
And the K meter starts lighting up. I'm not lying, Dylan. I do have it on video. I just need to go through. I'll insert it in here.
There you go.
I should have had that queued up to show you.
That's okay.
I can queue it up. Well, I'll pull it up and we'll play it at the end, and I'll just have to do some cutting and pasting. But it started lighting up, and I was like, "Oh, do you like that?" And it was like, lighten up, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So I look at the Ovilus, and the Ovilus, a few of the words that it spit out. First, it spit out band, and then it spit out song. Now, if you have ever used one or seen people use one, it spits out, or as you just saw, it spits out the most random words. So when you actually get a word that correlates to what's going on, it's kind of amazing. It said song, Dylan.
It did say song. I like how you didn't go with band because these are individual pianists for the most part.
I know.
So,
but
right, ghosts. We're gonna school you in music.
Well, I it could have happened too. Though. I was like, "Do you want to listen to some music?" I don't remember when it appeared, but I wonder if maybe I can show it to you on here. It was just pretty remarkable. Okay. Oh, it was this one. Okay, I'm gonna put this on my computer and queue it up because it was actually pretty cool. And so I just sat there with the spirit and I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Gosh, I wish we could have a cocktail right now. What about you?" And this thing starts lighting up more. And I was like, "Well, we can pretend like we're having cocktails. Let's just pretend like we're having cocktails." And the thing just kept lighting up. Like each song that came on, like especially when it would start, it would like start lighting up a lot as if maybe someone hadn't heard a song in a really long time. And they're like, "Ooh, I like this one too. Ooh, you got a nice playlist." Which, I mean, I don't know. That's probably like the most crazy, like conscious experience I've ever had. And I didn't feel scared at all. Like I didn't feel terrified at all. Then, let's see. When you go up to the second floor, there's a room there where they have something called Sarah, but they don't think it says it's a little girl, but they don't think it's a little girl. So they think that it might be some sort of like either another spirit just trying to get attention by claiming to be this girl. Or, you know, some people might think it's a demon and some people might, you know, there's sometimes also if enough people believe in something, it kind of gives it energy.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
It's something that definitely happens. I was trying to, okay, I think it's this one. I didn't really like that room. That room was not for me.
That wouldn't be my room either. I'd be like,
no. But oh gosh, there were just like a few things that went on. So I didn't go up to the second room to go dabble and stuff. It just wasn't my thing. But when we were on the second level, we did another experiment where they had people stand in the doorways of all of the doors. And the hall is kind of like an H. So you walk into like the middle of the H, and then the door, and then the halls on each side go like this. So people were standing in all of the doorways, and the lady was like, "Okay, there's people like in the doorways of your rooms. If you don't want them in your rooms, can you make a sound?" Nothing happens. She goes, "Okay, I want everyone to step back." So she goes, "Okay, now there's people in the rooms. If you don't want them in your room, you can pound the door or this or that." Nothing happens. But then we notice there's a guy at the end of the hall, at the end of the hallway across from where I'm standing, and a few people saw this, but it looked like a shadow. So he's standing there, and it looked like a shadow like peeked out of the side and peeked back, which I just thought was kind of interesting. Hold on.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
It was weird. And the doorway he was standing in got really dark. And someone's like, "Do you guys notice like how dark the doorway got?" And I was like, "Dude, I thought I was the only one feeling this way. I thought it was just because I was staring at it too long." But that was kind of weird. But you kept seeing someone like poking their head out this way, that way. And then I kept seeing something crawling around his feet. And so the lady was like, the guy's name was Billy. And she's like, "Billy, do you feel anything?" He's like, "No. And If you watch Ghost Adventures, one of the guys' names on there is Billy, and Zach Bagans is always like, Billy, go in the basement. Billy, do the like the same way he yells at Aaron. Billy. So every time she's like, Billy, that's all I heard was I was just imagining like Ghost Adventures being like, Billy.
Good old
Okay,
Zach
this
Bagans.
has here's the okay, I'm gonna show you the video footage from when I was asking it or when I was playing the music.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, we just won't, I mean, we're not monetizing this stuff anyway. So I'll just play the music, but let me go to share screen. You can tell me if I'm boring you with this too.
I was gonna say, if you're playing like that old classical music, you should be fine.
Okay.
Because that's like way past the dates of all of that.
Oh, okay. So I'm playing music, right? I'm not a very good camera woman. Just trying to get it to focus, and as it comes in focus, song and band. Isn't that weird?
There you go.
A 40, I don't know what 40 meant. Ooh, uh-oh.
Maybe it was like 1840 when that song was. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know, but my like little, there we go. Okay. Which also this made me feel a lot more comfortable having music playing. So that dot right there is the
that
meter.
Would freak me out way more.
Playing music?
In a dark ass spooky place like this.
I was right by the door to the stairwell.
With classical music playing, that's like right before somebody gets jumped in a movie. Like everything seems way too calm and okay.
Yeah.
That's when you're just like
yeah. Uh-oh. Well, no, like, so there are also 2 other kids upstairs. They were taking pictures, so you'll see flashes on here. Oh wait, so you can see
get your
that's
mouse
the
away
second one. That's the second one lighting up. Do you see it? See the little blink? That's the second light lighting up.
Yeah, see, like all those flashes, that would scare the shit.
Oh.
I would be running for the
like, what if we saw something in the flash? Oh God, maybe I should pause one of those.
No, you can do that on your own time. I don't mess with this stuff. This ain't my jam.
Look at it go! Look at it go! Oh, it was, yeah, it's like just like, like I love this song.
I wonder how those kids felt.
I asked them if they minded if I played music. They were probably like, "Who's this weird ass girl?"
Or they're like, "Yo, this girl's a professional."
Oh yeah, maybe they did think I was a professional.
Should have been like, "Check me out on my podcast every Monday, Tuesday."
Every Monday, Tuesday. Wait, I have one more to share with you. Actually, you can I'll show you. Hold on. The front of the building, because I think I recorded the front of the building too. Oops. Let's share that screen. Yo. Boop. Okay. So on here, this one I think is a little shorter, but or no, it's a little still playing my music.
Can you light up for me?
See?
That's good.
Yeah, that one.
I sound like such a nerd.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like this song? That's a lot.
Isn't that crazy? She loved it. That's my girl, Mary.
Can you say anything else on here?
Think about ghost hunting. It is like fishing. You just gotta wait. But it's basically a lot of this. Like, it was going off, and then I started to get like a little bored. But it was nice to sit there for a while. Oh yeah, do you like to dance? Nothing.
It's okay, I don't either.
Whoa, dancing's awesome.
She didn't like to dance. Oh yeah, here you can kind of see I had my little flashlight on. I don't know why it was doing like this weird effect on the camera, but But see, you can see how it stops too. So that's the other thing. If it was an electrical current, it would be a consistent
Do you like
thing.
cocktails?
Yeah.
Do you like cocktails? It goes to yellow.
I'm gonna move this just to see if it's on an electric line, okay? Okay.
And she's still going.
I got red there for a sec.
Yeah, that was about the end of that. So I only had those two videos that I took because it's also like you want to kind of experience it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But that was pretty cool. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Because there was also, we did an EVP session in the basement where they think a woman may have been buried.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, okay, who wants to ask questions? And so I asked questions a second time around. I had really good questions.
I'll wait.
I was an A+ student as usual. So first question was, can you sing for me part of one of your favorite songs? Because the thing with EVPs, like that would be easier to discern if it sounds like someone singing as a response.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to figure out what they're saying. You can just be like, oh my God, you just got a conscious response because someone's singing.
Mm-hmm.
That was my A+ one. They are like, oh, I'm gonna use that for the next thing. The
guide
leader
people.
or whatever. The guy, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. This girl's a professional.
Oh, she's professional. And then I was like, oh, so they had cadaver dogs in here. What are you, a dog or a cat person? That's like a debate from like the beginning of time. And then I asked if it could say the name of someone in the room. So when we listened to it back, I didn't get a response to the first two. But when we said, can you say the name of someone in the room? Someone says, Debbie. And the guide goes, sounds like Debbie to me. He's like, anyone here named Debbie? Debbie? No? Huh. Okay, well, that's interesting. So then after that, we went up, and that was when we went into that room, that Sarah's room,
Mm-hmm.
with the other guide lady. And she had something like a spirit box where it goes through internet radio frequencies, but she had her.
Mm-hmm. I've played
and
Phasmagoria.
I don't know what that is. Oh,
that's that ghost game.
Oh, yeah.
That scared the crap out of us.
Oh, yeah. So now you know. Okay.
I know
so
all the ghost things.
Dylan, you got to go on a ghost hunt with me. It's so fun. So we go up to Sarah's room, and she has this thing on. And at one point when we're talking to it, it says again, it says something like, who's with Debbie or something like that. But it said Debbie again. And this lady goes, is anyone's name Debbie? And then we hear from two people in the back, they're like, this is Debbie. And she's like, no, that's not my name. And I was like, bitch, when we were downstairs, you couldn't say that your name was Debbie. This is amazing. We had something. Debbie.
My name's Deborah.
I swear if your name was Karen.
You're just like, no, Debbie, like, I swear.
Dude, you like, it's kind of crazy because they're like, oh, do you want to talk to Debbie? And she goes, no. She was like really uncomfortable by it. But I was like,
that's me. I'm
the
Debbie.
ghost called out to you twice, Debbie.
That ain't me, dog. I'm good.
So that was kind of cool, though. What are the odds of that? It went on an EVP and it came out through a spirit box upstairs.
That means it probably understood that she was uncomfortable and it was like, let's pray on her.
Yeah.
Not cool, ghost. Not cool.
That's why we pray. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. I'm trying to think. I only have like one other one. So upstairs was the asylum.
Mm-hmm.
And they said like the people there were treated really horribly. Like back then, like they were saying like a husband could send his wife to like a mental asylum for like reading too many books, not reading enough books, not brushing her hair enough, straight up. And they did. Probably so that they could get rid of them and bring their new Heine in, So, and the people just were treated like horribly. So we go up there and they had pendulums. So it's like Yeah, like the little chain, and then I picked the one it was, I think, onyx on the bottom, and it looks like an arrow point. And I should bring, oh, I have one, but it's locked. It's all packed up. I was trying to see if I had anything like it, because it's not that hard to use a pendulum. And I've used it before, but usually you hold it above your hand and you think really hard, or you can say out loud, show me my yes. And so it's a yes is different for everyone. A yes might be straight across or this way, right? For me, my yes is a circle. And then you think no, show me my no. A no, my no is straight across. So my yes is a circle and my no is like that. But if I sit there and if I hold it above my hand and think yes, 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 it goes in a circle. I feel like I should grab it to show it to you. I'll tell you the story really quick though. So I sat there with it. So I'm a little skeptical on them, but I sat there with it by myself in the dark in this corner, but there were a bunch of other people in the room, so it wasn't that scary. And I was like, okay, is there anyone here? So it starts going around. Yes. And I was like, okay. And I was like, do you miss your family? Yes. Big circle. Did someone in your family put you here? Smaller circle. Yes. Was it your husband? Smaller circle. Yes. And then I was like, do you forgive him? And it stopped. And I was like, that's okay. Mixed feelings. That's totally okay. It's hard to forgive people. And then I was like, do you have any kids? No. Do you want? And it was like, it was ever so shyly. It started a little and then it was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, if you had kids, would you want a boy? Yes. Would you want a girl? No. It stopped and went to no so fast. And I was like, that's okay. I feel that way too. And then I was like, thinking of what else to talk about. And I was like, do you like tea? Oh, I got a nice big circle. And I said, do you like honey in your tea? Ooh, bigger circle. I was like, do you like sugar in your tea? Bigger circle. I was like, do you like
sounds just like you.
Coffee in your, do you like milk in your tea? Oh, big circle. I was like, and then they stopped us. But I was like, that's kind of like, and the girl that came over, she's like, wow, it's working like really well for you. Like, that's kind of crazy.
You're just like, it happens. I'm a professional.
I felt so special that night, but I've used pendulums before, and I think there's something kind of like, I'll grab mine before the end of this and show you.
I've used them before. I know exactly what
I've dabbled in them. Okay, last story though, Dylan. You're gonna like this.
Exactly.
Okay, so the last story though. So there were these two kids that were running around, and the one kid was always volunteering to do all the scary stuff, and so they came in. Huh?
Good for that kid.
Yeah. He was just like this, like, yeah, like young, like 16-year-old kid. I think his parents were saying, because they were like, oh, how old is your son? And they're like, oh, he's only 16. And he's like, he volunteered to like sit out in the hallway and stuff. And so these two kids are running around, and I'm like, I just hung out on the second floor because I felt comfortable, but I wanted to go back up to the asylum, but hell no, not by myself. So there is a room up there. They call it like the feeling room, the feelings room, because when people go into it, they either get like overcome with like sad emotion or they get really angry. So we go up there, and the one kid was like, I'm going to go in the feelings room. And so I stood next to his friend. I was like, I ain't going in there. And so me and his friend were watching from the doorway. And so he goes, and there's a chair in the corner. I didn't even know there was a chair. So the room, it goes back, right? And this is up in the attic. So like the roof is just all kinds of like shapes. So the roof was kind of pitched a little in the room. And so the attic goes back, but then there's this weird little nook in the corner and a little window and a little chair. So in my mind, like if I was going to go in this room, one, even if I saw a chair, I'm not going to sit in it. He goes in there and goes straight down and decides to sit in this chair in this creepy ass corner. And I was like, why is he sitting there?
This kid's bossy.
Oh yeah. And so his friend is like, hey, he's like, he's like, how do you feel? He goes, it does feel weird. And then his friend's like, do you want this bear? And he whips out a teddy bear out of nowhere. And I was like, where did you get this teddy bear? And he's like, oh, I've had it. He's like, do you want the bear? And the kid that was in the room goes, no, I don't want the bear. And I was like, it was kind of weird. I was like, okay.
That was a little
and then
aggressive.
on my ovilus, it said, please. And I said, it just said, please. They want the bear. Don't you want the bear? And then, but right before he went in, his friend stood by the door staring into the room. And his friend goes, I'm a baby. I'm a big baby. I'm a big baby. I'm a big baby. And the kid seemed pretty normal, but it was like he went into this trance for a second. And I looked at him and I go, why did you just say that like a million times? And I felt
weird.
bad because I kind of like, I was just like, what's wrong with you? And I, I'm usually good at like covering up, but I was like, why did you just say that like 5 times? And he like looked at me and he like goes, oh, no, this room is like, yeah, you should go in this, or I don't know. He didn't really answer my question and it was kind of weird, but he stared in the room and goes, I'm a baby. I'm a baby. I'm a big baby. I'm a big baby. I'm a big baby. And I was like, why are you having this Rain Man moment? Like, what is going on? It was kind of weird. And no, he didn't answer me. I was like, why did you just say that like 5 times? That was weird. But so when his friend was in there, there was this little bell hanging from the pitch of like from part of the roof and it was on a string. And I go, dude, you guys look at this bell. And they're like, oh yeah. And I said, why don't you, I was like, can you touch the bell? And then the kids are like, yeah, ring the bell. I'm like, dumbasses, the ghost is not going to be able to ring this bell. And so I was like, can you make, because nothing happened. I was like, can you make the bell sway? Because it's on like a little fishing line. And sure as shit, Dylan, this thing, as if someone went up to it and just was like, slowly start swaying. And we have a flashlight on it. And from where we are standing, it was casting a shadow on the wall. So not only was the bell moving, but we could see the shadow behind it moving. And like, I was like, good job. Like a soccer mom. We're all like, oh, good job. You're doing so great. I was like, can you move it more? Sweetie. Oh yeah. I was so stoked. And I think it makes it less of a scary situation if you make it like fun. Because these ghosts are probably so bored and they were treated like crap. So it's like, I wanted to be nice. So yeah, I was like, good job. Can you do it again? And like, we were there for probably a couple minutes and it was moving this bell. And the dudes were like, okay, we're done. I was like, you're done. Don't you want to like go around more? No, they were done. We're over it. So I packed up my bags and I drove home. I Palo Santo'd myself in the car. And I was talking to Jeremy and Gabby and I was like, oh, don't worry, Gabby. Like I Palo Santo'd myself in the car. I was like, actually, as we speak, as I'm driving down the freeway, I'm lighting up this stick of Palo Santo. And I was like, dude, I'm going to get like pulled over by the Ohio cops. And I'm going to be like holding it like a little roach or whatever.
It's okay,
man.
Be like, I'm purified.
Well, I'm going to be like, oh shit. What was I going to say? No, it was so good. We were laughing so hard. Now I just ruined the whole thing.
Yep. Way to go.
Something about I'm smoking. Oh yeah, I'm smoking the Lord's wood, sir. And Jeremy was like, the what? I was like, I'm smoking the Lord's wood, sir. Oh no, it's okay. It's the Lord, or yeah, I don't know. Is that what I said? Something like, I don't know. We were laughing pretty hard.
It's the Lord's wood.
It's the Lord's wood, sir. Palo Santo.
Interesting choice of words.
So yeah, that was that. That was pretty exciting.
That was your ghost hunting experience.
Yeah, I would say, overall, I was very pleased. Ghost Hunts USA. Hey, if you are looking to do a ghost hunt, they do it all over the US. It's a really great team of people. Like they put it together really well. And they're willing to like help you. You also have the option of using some of their equipment when you're going around for free roam time at the end.
Or if you're a professional, you bring all your own stuff like her.
Yeah. Well, the guy was talking crap on the Ovilus. He goes, It was like, I think it was like $450.
Mm-hmm.
But the money goes to Bill Chappell, and he's a good guy because all he wants to do is make ghost hunting equipment. So if I'm supporting Bill Chappell, I'm happy. But he's like, would I buy it again? No. Like he was like saying basically this was like a waste of money.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, so when I got the song and band thing on there, I like went back before I left. I was like, so I got my $500 worth. Here's what mine said, because he was saying it like usually doesn't say anything.
Did you say $500?
It was like $450. That's what I just said, $450-ish. It goes to Bill Chappell.
Holy jeez.
But
I did not realize that's how expensive they were.
No, but the last thing that happened, so I have a Will and I, one of our favorite songs by Sam Cooke is the one Change Is Gonna Come. So I started playing that, and it starts off like so pretty and so theatrical. And when I started playing that on the obelisk, it said Cook. And it was Sam Cooke.
Dylan. Experiences there.
Dylan. Okay, I do have to show you. I think I did get a picture of this place as I was going by. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Okay, let me see. Wait, really quick. Can you see them? Okay, wait, let me... I took a few videos. Sorry, Dylan. You're probably so bored right now.
I'm just waiting.
Oh, it's not that one. Wait. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing on this. Maybe it's this one. Okay, so I was recording. Dylan, the houses out here were so old. Like so old. It was really cool. Hold on. Sorry, are you thoroughly bored?
No.
Okay.
I'm learning. I'm learning all about ghost hunting stuff.
Okay, so this is one of the houses that I drove by. Can you see it? Oh my God, it's so old and so creepy. And there was one on this side. Okay, hold on, it's coming up. Oh my God. What? No freaking way! This is how excited I get about. Okay, and then we're actually getting up. Look at how creepy it is out there. Seminary. I mean, you can see this is just like crazy, like water towers. Oh, I wish I got here just a little bit earlier so you could see this stuff a little bit better. Okay, it's coming. Here we go. It's gonna be after all this. Are they growing pot in there? Huh. I would never be so lucky. Okay, look. Here it is. That's the Madison Seminary. Can you see it kind of? There she is. Yeah. There she is. It does look like it has a bath. There's someone right there.
Bathroom.
Oh yeah, I had to pee really bad.
See, I knew talking about the bathroom was a good one.
What is that right there? Little eyes? Oh, that was weird. It's probably just an exit sign. There she is. It does look like it has. So there's a person right there. That's a bathroom. Yeah, that was an exit sign. But look at how scary that place is. So that attic, that's the asylum. That is where Sarah's room is up here. This is the floor where that lady shot herself. And then there's the basement. There's other stuff that happened in the basement. I don't really feel called to go down there. Crazy.
That's something.
I'll show you my pendulum at the end. But that thing, it's pretty crazy. I was trying to, because I don't see, even if I had like, oh man. Hold on.
I
didn't even bring, if I brought like my necklace down, that would work. I was just trying to see, if Will left his necklace maybe. I wonder if it would work with this. Oh, sorry, I just want to show this to you really quick. And then we can get on with the show. Oh, this will work.
This is how our phone calls usually go.
Ooh, I found something, but I can't use it.
She gets really excited, and then she's just like, boom, roll, 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 roll.
Roll.
And then a good like 5 minutes of hold on. Okay.
So we're going to use this necklace as a pendulum.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to keep your hands close into your body, right? Maybe I'll hold it a little higher. Okay, so you have it stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I go, show me my yes. Show me my yes. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Show me my yes. Big yes. Big yes. Show me my no. Show me my no. Big no. Big no. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Show me my yes. Show me my no. Show me my no. That's how a pendulum works. But that's why I was like, oh, like, I mean, I don't know how cool it is because I feel like I can get this thing to go pretty. I mean, I can get this thing to go pretty good all by myself. That's what she said. But it's the Lord's wood, sir. I don't know, Dylan. What do you think?
I don't know.
Some of the other people in the other group were like, oh, our pendulum didn't move. And I was like, sucks for you. Yes. I'm not even moving my hand though. I don't know. Interesting, right?
It is.
I better put this back because it doesn't belong to me. Anyway, all right. So that was it. Ghost hunting. It's
Surprised that didn't do Will's yes and no, since that was his necklace.
Oh, well, that would be if it was his
That would have
pendulum.
been really
Oh, hey, look.
interesting. Teddy Fresh, repping.
Rippin'. Okay.
Represent.
So today I've asked you to do some homework.
I did do some homework.
All right. Talk to me. We're talking today about the things on Amazon that you didn't know you needed. We've each brought some items to the table.
Yep.
Dylan, I'm going to let you start this off.
So we basically were like, well, let me preface this. She was like, hey, go through your search history of 2020 on Amazon and pick things that you think are necessities. I was like, I don't think I really bought very many things on Amazon last year that are necessities because I don't know. I just don't. When I spend my money, it's on things that I'm like, okay, I need to buy that. But I wouldn't necessarily call them necessities. They're more just like, quality of life improvements for me. But, I went through a couple of these and I was like, all right, these are pretty good. So let's go ahead. We will show. So first off, because we don't have an ice cube maker, and where we are, we get our water from the well. So we have
Water from the well.
Yeah, it's we got a whole system back there that purifies it and all that, and then we also put it through our Brita filter. Shout out to Brita, helped me drink slightly fresher, cleaner water since who knows when. But we were like, yo, we'd like never have ice, and pretty much the only time I actually use ice for anything is when I have a nice cocktail. So I was like, you know what? Well, let's buy the freaking jumbo ice cubes. The ball ones I can never get to work right because as soon as I start to fill it up to a certain point, it starts to lift. So the ball one sucks.
Oh.
It's just I'm terrible at it, whatever. The giant cube one though, excellent. So I'll fill it up, and by the time they're solid, I have another baggie in the freezer that's full of these.
Oh, of those?
So I got a bunch. Smart. Some big brain thinking here.
So smart.
Yeah, you can get this.
That is a good
on
buy.
Amazon. Very good buy because you just put one of those in a nice little glass with whatever you're drinking. You're good to go.
And you don't have to like crunch it out of the plastic holders, ice cube holders. Those things are such a pain.
Yeah, because these are the silicone. You can You can abuse that as much as you want to try and get the ice cube out. That's right, silicone, silicone, whatever. Yeah, you just pop that bad boy out. So that was my first one.
That was a good one.
Whiteboard.
Really?
Yeah. So I know a lot of people use whiteboards for like organizing and planning and all of that junk. For me and programming, whiteboards super helpful to just like write down your thoughts. Actually, so I take that back. This is the only time I ever write is on a whiteboard. Because you can just write your pseudocode down, and just absolutely helpful. One of my old bosses, she bought like this white paper roll that you could basically cut it, and it had a sticky side, so you could like put it on a table. So on my old desk at work, I used to have this like section of whiteboard that I could just write on. And yeah, it's just one of those things where it's, it helps you solve problems easier when you write them down. You look at them from a different perspective. So whiteboards in general, awesome.
Wait, so is this sitting on your desk? So it's like essentially a part of your desk so you can write as you go along?
Pretty much, yeah.
How big is it?
It's as big as you want to make it.
So you just put that in like your
computer.
Because
it's literally a roll. Not this one. This is just a straight up whiteboard. But I mean, what I had before, yeah, it's just like a roll of paper, except that it's whiteboard.
Oh, it's that's like smart.
It's like that material.
That's smart.
Yeah, no, I never knew anything like that existed. But once we did, we were like, that's pretty freaking cool.
That's and then, one.
And then other people would just write silly notes on my desk all the time. So that was also fun. Yeah, no, whiteboards, they're pretty freaking great.
I like it.
Okay, hey, get out of here. Get out of here, middle thing. Yeah, shoot. Third thing. All right, so if you're like
face
me,
and body.
That's right. If you're like me and you're a bald man and you like to go on walks and you unfortunately were cursed with white skin instead of your father's beautiful brown skin, you get sunburnt. And let me tell you, I hate sunburn, or I hate sunscreen, like the usual sunscreen you're used to seeing.
Yeah.
You gotta like rub it in. It just feels odd. This, awesome, because it's just like a deodorant stick. So I mean, it looks funny because I'm just sitting here like rubbing it on my head. But it's freaking great.
Fresh little bald head.
I didn't know this existed until somebody's mom let me borrow one, and I was like, yo, this is freaking dope.
Oh, wait, do you suggest sharing these?
I mean, sure, you can. I have
Put
my
it
own.
On your face.
I have my own.
But she let you borrow hers?
Yeah. Because I was outside. I was like, I was barbecuing. So she was just like, oh, sweetie, did you put sunscreen on? And I was like, oh, thank God for you. Because the reason why I bought this was because I took a walk and I have a pair of like wireless Bluetooth headphones like these. And when I came back from the walk and I took my headphones off, my head was all red except for this line that went across from the headphones that was nice and white. And I was like, I hate my life.
Little racing stripe.
Because that's one thing that they always tell you when you look up tips on being bald is remember to wear sunscreen because your head will burn.
When you were saying like how much you hate the other sunscreen, my initial thought was like, we've all seen it when you're at any type of public.
Yeah. Well, am I rubbing on mayonnaise? Like it just.
But like the thing that like came to my mind was like anytime, like if you go to like Not Soak City or whatever, you always see the scenario of the mom and the little kid, and she's rubbing it on their face, and the kid's like this. And the mom's just like, like rubbing their face off. And the little kid's just like, it's like probably in their eyes, it's in their nose. And you're like, if you're a mom and you're like rubbing sunscreen in your kid's face, could you be like a little more delicate? Like it's usually moms with boys. I've never seen a mom do it to a girl. So maybe it's just because they can't even like round them up long enough to get the sunscreen on them. So they're like, here, you little shit, go.
Just rub this on you and get out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Sunscreen. This sunscreen stick, freaking awesome. Thank you, Neutrogena.
I like it.
And then my last one. So
what are those numbers?
So this is
what is that other thing?
So the thing at the bottom, first, it is a MMO mouse. So it's for gaming. However, so that now I'll break it down. So the thing at the bottom, that's a weight. So you can change the weight of the mouse. So you can have it heavier or lighter for you, depending on what feels better. But the main draw is all of the buttons. So you might think to yourself,
why does it go up to 12?
Because there's in MMOs, the whole point is you have a lot of abilities and things. So you press that and it's a lot faster than moving your hand up on the keyboard. But yeah, you might think to yourself, I'm a normal person. Why would I need a mouse with this many buttons? Well, they have mice with fewer buttons, but there are programs that you can get that allow you to map buttons on your mouse to do specific things for specific programs. And I mean, it all ties back into what I do for a living.
Like copy and paste and stuff,
yeah,
maybe?
It all usually ties back to what I do for a living for programming and stuff. Like my old work mouse used to just have like 2 or 3 buttons on the side. But it's great because like, yeah, you can have it so whenever I'm in, if I'm in Visual Studios, which is where I'm coding at, I can click one of the buttons and it'll do a find all for me. It'll just pull that up.
Or the finder.
I don't have to go searching for that. I can have I can map the next and previous buttons for when I'm doing the finder for words on a page or certain variables. You can just map macros too for it to do specific commands. So who knows? You could be an artist, or I'm not sure what in the world. Like basically, it's a lot easier for you to just click one button than you to be like, oh, hold on, let me hit Shift F, and then
instead of doing shortcuts.
Yeah,
that does sound appealing.
And yeah,
for
and
people
like I said,
that are on their computers all the time.
There are applications you can get on your computer to go with it that really help out as far as, you can have 1 through 3 assigned to something on Visual Studio, but then you could just go to your whatever internet browser you use, and then in there, the program knows to now map those to different commands. So it's awesome.
Oh.
So yeah, so basically you could have one be a find in one application, and then you all you do is you just click to the other window, you hit one, and then that's doing, I don't know, a refresh page.
Oh, so it might already kind of code itself to do stuff for you unless you want to go in and personalize it.
Well, you personalize it.
You personalize it, but if I go into an app that I haven't done that on, it might just assign some characteristics to it. Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
You have to assign them, but still, it's like for the things you use the most, it's really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big fan.
And it's only $31.
Yeah, and also this is a cheaper of the MMO mouses.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
And then, if you want, you can also do all the RGB coloring and
that's pretty.
All the cool fancy stuff. Although
very
let's be honest,
pretty.
Because it's red. Because of the red coloring, red pretty much looks the best on it. Yeah. Because matching. Although I also like the ice blue. Big fan of that.
Oh, the ice blue is nice.
Yeah. So yeah, those were my finds.
Those were some good ones. You did homework. Good job. I like it.
The homework was me already purchasing these.
Well, I pulled up some. Let me share my screen. I think the first one you might not be as excited about, but okay. Let's talk about purses, ladies. I have one purse. I started my whole like minimalism kick last year and I got rid of every other purse except for one because you really only need one, in my opinion. But what do I know? So this one is really cool though, because if you are traveling, this is the back of the purse that faces you. That's where all your important stuff goes. So they say that it is a like anti-theft back opening. So like you could put stuff in these front like little zippers here. You just don't want to put anything important. But it also has like these pockets on the side. But all of this stuff in the back is facing you. So no one can like, if it's on your body, no one's going to come up to you and unzip your purse because it's literally between you.
Yeah,
Like,
your back and its back.
And it could be a backpack or it could be used as a purse. I usually just use it as a purse, but I really like it. I've had it for over a year now and it's still in good shape too. It held up really well because sometimes you never know what you're going to get with Amazon. Like maybe some of the stitching would come out or something, but she has held up real nice. So that's my first one. Okay. Max Boost car mount. This looks so simple and it is just that.
You got to hit snooze on this page. Yeah,
Huh?
I already went. I went ahead and you have to hit snooze on this page.
How do I hit snooze?
So click the X, other X, and now hit snooze on this page.
Oh, weird. Okay.
You're now gonna have to do this on every single page.
Jeez, why is it doing that?
Because Honey's trying to let you know about discounts and stuff. Honey, please sponsor us. We already use you.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, we already use you. Sponsor us. Okay. Max Boost car mount. So this thing is like super easy to use. And the great thing about it is like, you know, you just need to have, well, you don't need to have a phone case. They give you these magnets that if you want to stick it on the back of your phone, you can. Or I just never took the sticky off and I literally just put this big old honking magnet between my phone and the case. Which I will get to later, but I have it in here. And when I get my car, I just go.
Wow, that was aggressive. Were you in the feelings room?
The sugar's kicking in.
The sugar in the feelings room.
In my feelings room. Yeah, so you just pop it on and you're ready to go. And like honestly, like I've had like the clamp car mounts. They're all just, it's so annoying. This has been literally the easiest thing in my life. It's cheap. It's friendly. It comes with 2 of them. It is $8.99. Best car mount. Goes in any type of vent. I mean, what's more?
See, that's the only real problem is that when are they going to make the ones that aren't going to take up one of my vents? Because I get hot. I like to feel cool.
Oh, yeah, that could get annoying. I don't really like the air coming at me from in the car, but it's a little aggressive for me. Okay.
Just put it on low.
I do. It's still too much. Okay. E&O hand wipes. E&O hand wipes. Dylan.
Hand wipes. Let me tell you about hand wipes. They are great. They're lavender scented, 210 count.
Okay. If you buy just like the little packet of wipes from Whole Foods, look at this. This is a pack of 6 and each pack has 10 in it. That's $21, right?
That's
so you're getting 60 wipes. These, however, those say sanitizing hand wipes. These are hand cleansing wipes. These are, it's the big roller one. They aren't, the quality of the wipes are not as good as those little individual packets, but I really do enjoy these. They have a nice, fresh lavender smell. I had an obsession with them and I haven't been able to get them since COVID. So that has been a little rough, but you can ask anyone I work with. I'm always like pulling it out, cleaning off everything. And it has a refreshing smell. It leaves you feeling clean. You get freaking like 210 towelettes in there.
Towelettes.
And it will last you for like months. It's my fave. So those for $20.
Well, look at that. There's a dip on the price.
I know. You hurry, get them now because they're on sale. Funny.
See, look at that. They even showed you. There's a price drop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jergens.
Okay. You said Neutrogena. I'm going with Jergens, but men and women alike.
I feel like this is the opposite for us. feel like I should be
I
getting
know.
Jergens.
I
You
know.
should be getting
Jergens.
Neutrogena. Jergens.
Jergens. That is a weird name. Someone's last name. But this, it's like a moisturizer that you put on after getting out of the shower to kind of like give your body a little bit of a glow. It's not the craziest self tanner, but I will say it is the least messy. It's not streaky. You literally get out while you're still wet, like while your body's still wet. You put this on, you put it all in, you stand there for a second, you pat dry off. You don't smell really weird like some of the stuff that you get for self tanning, and you get tan.
So
You should
this
try this, Dylan.
this reminded me. No, so I will tell you why. This reminded me of a story back in the day, when I was in high school. As you see, I am a very pasty white man. Unfortunately, one of my good friends decided, because he was also a pasty white man, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy some self tanner. Let's put a little bit on, get a little bit of a base. We'll look so good." So me and him put this self tanner on, and it was, it didn't look that bad. We were a little bit orange. We weren't Trump orange, but we were a little bit orange.
Yeah.
It was nice. It looked like we just got a base. The only problem was I don't think we washed our hands properly afterwards. So
Oh no.
my hands are in my pockets all day at school because if I took my hands out, I look like I had Oompa Loompa hands.
Ew.
These things were so
Yeah, that's
bright
like
orange.
tanning 101.
It was so bad.
Oh,
And
Dylan.
everyone was just like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine." It's just a really
just my
bad
pride.
Tan. It's a really bad tan. I don't want to talk about it. Which was the worst when I was in my music class, because my band director he would look at me and my friend, and he would just look at our hands because, gotta have your hands out playing those instruments. And he'd just be like, "Oh."
How are these my students?
And so, ever since then, I've never used self tanner. I'm not about that life.
Well, you can try this. It's pretty safe. It might
Nope,
be
I'm
worth
good.
doing. Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
also,
I like it.
so the extent of how bad and pasty white I am, and just how bad I burn. There was a day where I sat in my car for about 5 minutes with my arm out the window, and at the end of that 5 minutes, I already had a sunburn on my arm.
Yeah, so you should just tan the other arm.
It's bad. Yeah, so let me sit in the passenger seat for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
It's terrible. I could probably get a sunburn on an airplane. That's how bad I am.
That's pretty bad.
That's why I'm always like, "Hey, shut
We
that
should
window."
test this theory. Oh God, yeah, airplanes. We should talk about that on the next one because I've got things.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I got things too.
Bandolier. This is everything. I used to be an OtterBox person. Now I'm a bandolier person. You might think this looks like an old lady type
You're
of thing
OtterBox.
to do.
Hold on, because I thought of something for bandolier. You're a bandolier babe, but an OtterBox, I don't know. I can't think of anything to go with that.
Bandolier babe, OtterBox.
I used to be an OtterBox otter. Yeah, I can't think of anything cool, but now I'm a bandolier babe.
Bandolier.
Get a bandolier. They're dope.
I love this thing. I've had it for 2 years. I do need to get more like brackets because my little
straps broke.
whoop-de-doo came off. Yeah. But what's so great about it is you can wear it if you're like out walking the dogs or whatever. You've got this little pocket here that you can keep. I literally always just keep my ID and my 2 most important credit cards in here, and you're ready to go. Like, you don't have to talk to anyone. You can just do what you want to do. You don't need a purse. You don't need nothing. I'm obsessed. It's $100, but it's worth every penny. It's worth it. Okay, moving on. Oh, okay.
You got a lot of stuff.
I know. This is my last one. I don't want to show the other one. The other one's not that great. Okay, so the Noco Boost fucking honey. Okay, Noco Boost Plus. This is a great thing just to have in general, because if your car breaks down and there's no one around to help you jump it, or you just are antisocial and you don't want to ask a stranger to help you,
and you don't have AAA.
you don't have to. And
Shout
if you
out
don't have
AAA,
AAA,
sponsor us.
$100, you get this little battery and it has the little jumper cables and you can jump your car with it. It's the best purchase ever. And on top of that, not only does it do that, but you can also use it as a battery bank. It does have a USB port on it, so you can charge things like your phone and stuff. So I've used that on set when we're out in the middle of the boonies, or I've used it here when my battery was going to die on my phone and the power went out.
Mhm.
So it's just a nice thing to have in your repertoire. So, you know, battery pack, it's a good thing to have. So those are our things that you should have from Amazon. Check them out.
Check them out.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's our show for today. Next time, I do want to touch on
Airplanes.
airplane etiquette, because people do not have it.
No, they
They
don't.
just don't.
Be polite.
Yeah. With all your might.
Don't be an asshole. You know,
Yeah.
stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. I think that's something that most people need to hear. Stay in your lane.
Stay in
Something
your
I
lane.
need to hear. But anyway, so yeah, thank you for watching episode 9 of Frenemies. Frenemies. Oh, who do I think I am?
You see this?
Just trying to be
That's what I
Trisha
have to
Paytas
deal
over
with.
here.
She's obsessed.
Welcome to episode 9 of Relatable.
It's just
Oh,
embarrassing.
man. Oh man.
Not embarrassing for them. That's great for them. They're like, oh yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
it. But for me, this is embarrassing.
That makes you Ethan.
That's not that embarrassing. That's pretty cool.
Mhm. All right.
Yeah. That's what life's all about.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Oh yeah.
And catch you on the
Until next
flippy
time.
flip.
The
Bye.
flippity flip. Catch you on the flippity flip.
It's from The Office, Dylan.